The wisdom of Solomon, read in the Kings 16:11, chapter 1, to whom God showeth himself and wisdom herself. An evil speaker cannot be hid. We procure our own destruction, for God createth not death. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him. For he will be found in them that tempt him not, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him. For that separate from God and his power, when it is trieth, reproveth the unwise. For unto the malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, and dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit, and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide in unrighteousness cometh in. For wisdom is a loving spirit, and will not acquit the blasphemer of his words, and God is a witness of his reigns, and a true beholder of his heart, and a hearer of his tongue. For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things hath knowledge of the voice. Therefore he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him. For inquisition shall be made unto the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord. For the manifestations of the wicked decrees, for the wicked deeds. For the ear of the jealous heareth all things, and the noise of the murmurings are not hid. Therefore beware of murmurings, which are unprofitable, and refrain the tongue from backbiting. But there is no word so secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul. Seek not death in the air of your life. Pour not upon yourselves destruction for the works of your hands. For God made not death, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things that they might have their being, and the generations of the world were healthful. There is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth. For righteousness is immortal, but ungodly men with their works and words called it to them. For when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed it to naught, and made the covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it. Chapter 2. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not right. All life is short and tedious. In the death of a man, there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as naught, as though we had never been. For the breath of our nostrils is a smoke and little spark in the morning of our heart, which being extinguished, our bodies shall be turned into ashes, and our spirits shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as a trace of cloud, and shall be dispersed in the midst of that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome by the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast settled, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. Let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with the rosebuds, and before they are withered, let none of us go unto his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man, and let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient grey hairs of the aged. Let us strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worse. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he hath not for a turn, and is clean contrary to our doings, and upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy, and transgressings in our education. He professes to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He hath made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. He is esteemed of him as we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to the blessed, and maketh both to that God is his Father. Let us see if his words are true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end to him. For if the just man be he, Son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with the shameful death, where by his own sayings he shall be respected. Such things did they imagine, and were deceived, but their own wickedness hath blinded them. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned the reward for blameless souls. For God created man to be mortal, made him in the image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, though envy of the devil came death. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world. And they that do hold to his side do find it. Chapter 3. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there is no torment touch them, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die. Their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for God proved them and found them worthy of himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run and to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and the Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the true, and such as the faithful his love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints. And he hath care for his elect. The ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. Who despises wisdom and nurtureth? He is miserable, and their hope is vain. And their labours unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Their wives are foolish, and their children wicked, their offspring accursed. Wherefore blesses the barren that is undefiled, which hath not known sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. And blessed is the eunuch which with his hands hath wrought no iniquity. Nor imagine wicked things against God, for unto him shall be given the special gift of faith in the inheritance of the temple of the Lord, more acceptable to his mind. Glorious is the fruit of good labours, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of the unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last days shall be without honour. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. Chapter 4. Better it is to have no children and to have virtue, for the memorial thereof is immortal, because it is known by God and with men. When it is present, men take example of it, and when it is gone, they desire it. It weareth a crown and triumph forever, having gotten the victory, staring for undefiled rewards. But the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive, nor take deep rooting from bastard slips, and nor lay any fast foundation. For though they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind. And though they force the winds, they shall be rooted out. The imperfect branches shall be broken off, the fruit unprofitable, not ripe to eat, yea, meat for nothing. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in the trial. But though the righteous be prevented by death, yet shall he be in the rest. For honourable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years, but wisdom is the grey hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. He pleased God and was beloved of him, and living amongst sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily he was taken away, lest the wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. For the bewitching and naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest. In the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time fulfilled a long time, for his soul pleased God. Therefore hasted he to be taken away from among the wicked. This the people saw and understood it not. Neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he hath respect unto his chosen. Thus the righteous, that is dead, shall condemn the ungodly, which are living, and the youth that is soon perfected, the many years of old age of the unrighteous. For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what God in his counsel hath decreed to him, of him, and of what end the Lord hath set him in safety. They shall see him and despise him, but God shall laugh them with scorn, and they shall hereafter be a vile carcass and a reproach among the dead forevermore. For he shall rend them, cast them down headlong. They shall be speechless, and shall shake them from the foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste, and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish. And when they cast up the accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. Chapter 5. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labours. When they see it, they shall trouble with great, terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So fair, beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, a prophet of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honour. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of the righteous shall not shine upon us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction, yea, we have gone through deserts, where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. What hath pride profited us, or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like shadow, and as a post of that hasted by, as a ship that passes over the waves of the water, which, when it was gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel in the waters, in the waves. Or as when the bird hath flown through the air, there was no token of her way to be found, but the light air being beaten after the stroke of her wings, and potted with the violent noise and motion of them, it's passed through. And therein after was no sign there she went as to be found. Or like as when an arrow shot at its mark, it parteth the air, which immediately cometh together again, so that man cannot know where it went through. Even so we, in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to her end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed by our own wickedness. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that bloweth away with the wind, like a thin froth that driveth away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with the tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. But the righteousness live forever. Their reward also is in the Lord, and the care of them is in the Most High. Therefore shall they receive the glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown. From the Lord's hand, for with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. He shall go on righteousness. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of an helmet. He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. His sword's wrath shall be sharpened for a sword, and the word shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from the well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark. And the hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of the strong bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. Yea, the mighty wind shall stand up against them, like the storm shall blow them away. This iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill-dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. Chapter 6. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, you that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations, for power is given to you of the Lord. and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. Because being ministers of his kingdom, you have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked in the counsel of God. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you. For a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in the high places. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of the man's greatness. But he hath made the small and the great, and careth for all alike. But the sore trial shall come upon the mighty. Upon you therefore, O kings, do I speak, and ye may learn wisdom and not fall away. For he that keepeth holiness holy shall be judged holy, and they that have learned such things shall find what to answer. Therefore set your affections upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed. Wisdom is glorious, and never faileth away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found as such as seek her. She preventeth them that desire her, and maketh herself first known unto them. Whoever seeketh her earnestly shall have no great travail, for they shall find her sitting at his doors. To think thereof upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. For she goeth about seeking such as is worthy of her, showeth herself favourably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. The very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, the giving heed unto her laws, and the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near to God. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. As for wisdom, what she is and how she came up, I will tell you. I will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek her out from the beginning of her nativity, and bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth. Neither will I go with coming any, for much a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom. And the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and the wise king is the upholding of the people. Receive therefore instruction throughout my words, and it shall do you good. Chapter 7. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, in the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And my mother's womb was fashioned to be fleshed in the time of 10 months, being compacted with blood, the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. When I was born, I drew in the common air, and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursing swaddling clothes, and that with cares. There is no king that had any other beginning of birth. For all men have one entrance into life, and the like going out. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given to me, and I called upon God, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. I preferred her before scepters and thrones, and esteem riches nothing in comparison of her. Neither compared I unto her any precious stone, because all gold in respect of her is as a little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her. I loved her above health and beauty, and I chose to have her instead of light. For For the light that cometh from her never goeth out. All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hand, and I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them. I knew not that she was the mother of them. I learned diligently to communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches, for she is a treasure unto men, and never faileth, which they that use become the friends of God, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. God hath granted me to speak as I should, to conceive as I meet for the things that are given to me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. For in the hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also and knowledge and workmanship. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, and the operations of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of times, and the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of the season, the circuits of years, and the positions of stars, the natures of living creatures, and the furies of wild beasts, violence of winds, and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants, and the virtues of roots. And all such things are neither secret or manifest, them I know. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me, but in her is the understanding, spirit, holy, one, onely, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirit. For wisdom is more moving than any motion, and she passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of God, pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no undefiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, and the unspotted mirror of the power of God, the image of his goodness, the being but one, and being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of God and prophets. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all aura of stars, being compared with the light, she is found before it. For after this cometh night, but the wise shall not prevail against wisdom. Chapter 8. Wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily and sweetly, doth she order all things. I loved her, and I sought her out. From my youth I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty. In that she is conversant with God, she magnifieth her nobility. Yea, the Lord of all things himself loved her, for she is privy to the mysteries and the knowledge of God, and a lover of his word. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? And if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? And if a man love righteousness, her labours are virtues. For she teaches temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. If a man desire such experience, she knoweth things of old. Conscientious right what is to come, see, she knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound dark secrets. She foresees signs and wonders and events of seasons and time. Therefore, I propose to take her to me and live with me, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things and comfort and cares and grief. For her sake, I shall have estimation among the multitude and honor with the elders, though I be old. I shall be found of a quick conceit and judgment, and shall be admired in the sight of great men. When I hold my tongue, they shall bide my leisure, and when I speak, they shall give good ear unto me. If I talk much, they shall lay their hands upon their mouths. Moreover, by the means of her, I shall obtain immortality, and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. I shall set the people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me. Horrible tyrants shall be afraid when they do but hear of me. I shall be found good among the multitude, and valiant in war. After I am come unto mine house, I will reproach myself with her, and for conversation hath no bitterness, and to live with her hath no sorrow, but mirth and joy. Now, when I consider these things in myself, and ponder them in my heart, how that to be allied unto wisdom and immortality, and great pleasure is to have her friendship, and in the works of her hands are infinite riches, and in exercise of confidence with her prudence, and in taking with her a good report. I went about seeking how to take her to me. For I was a good child, and had a good spirit. Yea, rather being good, I came into a body undefiled. Nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, except God gave her me, and that was the point of wisdom, also to know whose gift she was, I prayed unto God, and besought him, and with my whole heart I said. Chapter 9. God of my fathers, in the Lord of mercy, who hath made all things, and with thy word, and ordained man through thy wisdom, that he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made, that ordered the world according to the equity in righteousness, and execute judgment with an upright heart. Give me wisdom that sitteth by thy throne. Reject me not from among thy children, for I, thy servant and son of thine handmaid, am a feeble person, and of a short time, and too young for understanding and judgment and laws. For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people, a judge of thy sons and daughters. Thou hast commanded me to build a temple upon the holy mount, and an altar in the city wherein thou dwellest, a remembrance of the holy tabernacle which thou hast prepared from the beginning. And wisdom was with these, which knoweth thy works, and was present when thou madest the world, and when what was acceptable in thy sight, and right in thy commandments. O send her out of thy holy heavens, and from the throne of thy glory, that being present she may labor with me, that I may know what is pleasing unto thee. For she knoweth and understandeth all things, and she shall lead me soberly in my doing. Preserve me in her power. So shall my works be acceptable, and then shall I judge thy people righteously, and worthy to sit in my father's seat. For what man is he that can know the counsel of God, or can think what the will of God is? For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the minds, that museth upon many things. And hardly do we guess aright that things that are upon the earth. With labour do we find the things that are before us. But the things that are in heaven, who hath searched out? Thy counsel, who hath known? Except thou give wisdom, and send thy Holy Spirit from above. For so the ways of them which liveth on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. To be continued.